Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to my show. Today, my topic is about R. Kelly and his girlfriends. I mean, what's really going on, you guys? What do you think? Do you think the girls are going to learn to move on without him, or do you think they actually need him, or do you think he's going to survive and be a man and toughen it out in prison, or do you think he'll come up short like Epstein? What do you guys think? Thank you once again, as I said before, for tuning in. R. Kelly has had some problems from way, way long ago, and it stemmed from his childhood of growing up. His brother was on a talk show saying how they both had been molested as a child. Now, if R. Kelly and his brother was molested from the age of 6 years on up to like what 8 or 10 years old, then in his mind he feels that since he's been abused, then possibly it's not abuse with all these other people that he did abuse. You see what I'm saying? This stuff has a psychological effect on children, especially when there was no counseling, no therapy, no nothing. So it left him to run astray. And oftentimes I used to wonder, why would he get these women that didn't look like they should even be with him? It's not that I'm judging anyone, because when God made man, he made all of us and loved all of us the same. But you would have thought, because of the fact that he was a high status person, that he would actually be with someone in Hollywood opposed to underprivileged young ladies. He didn't care how they looked. He didn't care if their teeth was pretty or not. He didn't care if their hair was fixed or not. He just didn't care. So these were women that he actually needed to help make himself feel big, and possibly because he was taken and abused when he was a child. So I'm thinking that that really, really had a major impact on his life from the very beginning. Now, he didn't come out and actually say that it was his sister that molested him, but his brother said that indeed it was. But he did say he was molested by a family member when he was a child. So when he got these girls that allegedly he abused, I think the reason he did allegedly abuse these girls was because of the fact that he was taking out all of that frustration from him not getting the help that he needed when he was a little boy. And so when these girls, young girls, came along, he took it out on them. What do you guys think? It had to be a reason. And now that's in R. Kelly's case. But we have many, 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 many more cases. Some men abuse young girls because they want to feel young. They want to feel empowered. They want to feel like she listens to them like their little child did. And most of these men that molest young girls, they wouldn't want anybody to do it to their daughters. And a lot of them have kids younger than the kids that they molest. This world is really sick. And and take it like Bill Cosby, all of the girls or the women that he molests. I'm not sure if he molests underage women, but I do know for sure that his was more so of getting stimulation from overpowering women and taking advantage of them by putting a date rape allegedly pill in their drink. And that was totally wrong. That was totally wrong. But one of the cases, which is the case that he's in prison for, I really didn't buy that one. That one I didn't buy, and the reason why, because this is the person that went back to him 3 times. No means no. But if a man come on to me one time, that's one time too many. I'm not going back to his house for nothing at all. So, but when you are a celebrity, you put yourself in that position. Young women, old women, fat women, black women, white women, Chinese women, all of them that want money will come after you. So celebrities should wake up. Celebrities should wake up. And I hear this talk about Jamie Foxx with this young girl, and they were saying that his Katie was a little upset about it. they were saying that it's a disgrace. I heard it online or something that Jamie Foxx is with this young woman. Well, as I said, sometimes mature men, they want to feel still young. So normally they do go after young women. They really do. Because a young woman is not going to challenge their minds because she don't know how to. But what men don't know is the best stimulation that you can get is when two people can gel together and their minds can flow together. Because then it's not one-sided, it's flowing like the river. But when a man get a child, a girl that hasn't experienced life, an underage girl that don't know anything about life, it's not flowing. And you know why? Because it's one-sided. Because that man's mind is more mature than that child's mind that he is actually engaged with. So it's just not right, because no man will want another man to do that to their child. So if all of these molesters can just put that in the back of their minds, the ones that have children, the ones that don't have children, just put that in the back of your mind. Would you want a man molesting your young girl? No. On the other hand, as I said before, there are many, 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 many young girls' parents put them on these guys so that the whole household can have money. A lot of these celebrities, they pay the parents hush-hush money. And the parents never say anything. They just get the money. But you know what? All that stuff comes out in the wash. What's in the dark, it always comes to the light, you guys. I don't care what nobody says. So you have all of this stuff coming out. You're going to have more coming out. It's going to be more and more and more. And there are a lot of men walking on eggshells right now because the Me Too movement have opened up many doors. And there are many, many more men out there that have done the same thing as R. Kelly, as Bill Cosby, as Epstein, Weinstein. I mean, all of these people. And if they're not doing that, they're going and getting busted for buying sex trafficking, and this, that, and the other. And this stuff starts all the way from the very top to the bottom, because sex sells, and that's what's out there. People are doing it. A lot of them haven't been caught, but they will soon get caught. If they do it with a mature woman, most mature women have the right to say yes or no, and she knows how to get away. She really do. She knows how to get away, because there were a couple of R. Kelly women said, well, I did it on my own. I went, but then when I found out he was abusive, then I left. Well, I think R. Kelly didn't break anybody's arms. They already knew he was mean. They already knew. Some women like that mean treatment, you know, because my mom would always say, I don't know why girls always like the mean guys opposed to the nice guys. She said, I just never understood that. So you have a lot of women that like that harsh treatment. They do. Or in the beginning they think they do, and when they see that they couldn't handle it, then that's when they want to let go. You know what I'm saying? So this stuff is just all a mess. So what do you guys think? I just wanted to do a little talk about R. Kelly and about Bill Cosby. I wonder if Camille knew that Bill Cosby, a lot of people are saying Camille knew that Bill Cosby was messing around. And most women do know their husbands. They know their husbands. I don't care what. They know their husbands. So, but the thing of it is she's been with him so long, she probably just say to hell with it. Because a man's going to do what he's going to do anyway, and no woman in hell can stop them. And with all these young women, when men have money and fame and this and that, they feel like they can have any woman they want. But what they don't know is when you mess with the wrong woman, either you're going to get a disease, or she's going to be underage and she didn't tell you. All this stuff is going to come back and kick you in the butt. So let's wake up, men, celebrity men out there. Let's wake up and not let that happen. Think with your top head and not your bottom. Because if you think with that bottom head, it's going to get you in trouble every single time. If it's not a baby, it's going to be a disease. If it's not a disease, it's going to be you raped somebody. If you didn't rape them, you pushed them, you hit them, because you have money. So you are a prime suspect for anything walking. Not just a woman, even a man. You can brush up against a man in a club or whatever. Oh, he hit me. That's a celebrity. I got a case. So I just never understood why celebrities, and especially R. Kelly, he never even left Chicago, you guys. I mean, he was still around the surrounding areas dealing with all these people. He never even grew. And I still say it stems from when he was a child and he was molested by allegedly his sister. That's what his brother said. She would call them in the house, not together, but each time when one would be outside playing, she would call the other one in the house. And he said a couple of times she was trying to groom him for sex, and then finally she went on and did it. Put him on top of her and then made him get on top of her, all this kind of stuff. This stuff is just, it's sad. And a lot of kids been sexually abused, and a lot of them grew up, and see, that's a scar. And as I was listening to a minister, I think his name was Stanley, he said, anytime there is a scar on you, it will never, ever leave you. God will give you the strength to deal with it. But anytime someone hurt you, molest you, and all of you out there can think of something that someone did to you, well, that's a scar. And the only reason you can remember it because it is a scar and it's going nowhere. The only thing you've been able to deal with it through the grace of God. But the memory of it, the scar itself, is there. And it's not going anywhere to the day you die because it was something that actually happened in your life. And that's what happened with R. Kelly. He was scarred from a child, and then he ended up scarring other children. It's like a cycle. It's just like people that adopt kids, and the kids grow up, and then they put their kids up for adoption. A lot of times that stuff, I know someone that happened to. She was adopted and she put her son up for adoption. So the stuff goes on and on and on because of the scar from the very beginning. And it never got help. It never, ever got help with R. Kelly. Because he never said, I've been to counseling from that happening. Matter of fact, they didn't even tell their mother that their sister was molesting them. They didn't want her to know. To the day she died, I don't think their mother knew. Allegedly, the brother said the mother didn't know. So both of those boys are scarred because his brother actually cried like a baby. And anytime a man sit worldwide on TV and cry like that, that was a real deep-rooted scar. And R. Kelly had it too, but his masculinity wouldn't let him even cry about it. His masculinity wouldn't let him come out and talk about it. He just said a family member, but the brother broke it down. So R. Kelly took all his frustrations out on other young women. And that's why he didn't care how they looked. He didn't care who they were. He didn't care about anything other than he was doing sexually, allegedly doing what his sister did to him. That was really what happened in R. Kelly's case. He had a mental problem. And it was never, ever, ever, ever solved. Anytime your sister raped you from the age of 6 years old and turned you on to sex. I knew a girl that worked for CPS, and she told me these little kids come in CPS and they be wanting sex because that's all they knew. It's sad. They be yelling and screaming and hollering like they want sex because they didn't, they've been abused and they thinking that it was normal, and they've been brainwashed with this stuff, and that stuff is really, this stuff has to stop. So people need to start thinking about therapy, more therapy for these kids that's been molested, and start from the very beginning of this rooted problem that causes more horrific problems. That's what we need, help. We need help for these children out here, help for the people that's been children that's been molested. Because in the end, it's going to be like a ball of fire, and hell is breaking out on all of these molesters. Now, a lot of the other people that molested kids, they had no problem. They had very good homes. This was their ego. This was their ego. They just wanted to do it. Just like a rapist. A rapist, He don't want you to engage in sex with him normally. He wants to take what he wants. That's what he wants. So you have different people for different things. It's just a bunch of crazos out here. So you guys, with that, I'm going to end my show, but I just wanted to touch bases, and it's just talk about what's really going on out here. And the world has to wake up and think about our children of tomorrow, our children of the future. Protect them from people that's been molested before. Protect them from all the wrong, the crime, the guns, the violence, the drugs, because it's getting worse out here. And I remember my grandmother telling me one day, she said, baby, just keep living, and you're going to see some stuff really going to blow your mind. And that's what's going on. So you guys, please click like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be coming back with more commentary. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.